What is going on, Lit Army? Guys, this is very important. We've looked at charts every couple of days. We come down here. I tell you exactly what's going to happen. And then what happens? Exactly what I say is going to happen. That's exactly what happens. This right here, this is a secret nod for people. Like this is accumulation time, I think. I don't know. Maybe I just have an ear itch, but we'll see. This is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast.
All right, guys, let's take a quick look here. We want to have an idea of, really what's going on, and we want to take a look at the chart. We want to get an idea how it's breaking down. Now, listen, I broke this down for you. I've given you exactly what you need to know. We have seen a resistance line form over here. That was creating that downward sort of pressure, creating a pennant flag, which was an opportunity for a breakout. We got that breakout all the way down here. You remember I was telling you this is your accumulation period at the bottom of this chart, at the bottom of this little channel right here. That's where we accumulate. And then what happens here, we fight a little bit, and you can see there's always a fight around the heart line of this parallel channel. And then we have a breakout. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened. And we went from 3,300 all the way up to dropping a zero up to 1,200, and it went bam, just like that. So that begs the question: did you get in? Did you take advantage of that opportunity when I said this is what was going to happen? And the answer to that appears to be a lot of you did. So congratulations if you made yourself a little bit. Now, I hope that this was an example of you profiting off of this situation, but that's the first step. The next step is this. On December 1st, I think it was, or maybe November 29th or 28th, something like that, we saw the lit swap. We saw the preview of it, and we're going to get it by the end of the year. And this is a big-time NFT swap. From what we've seen so far, plus the swaps that are going to be taking place on it, again, legendary, we have to see them. We have to see the confirmation, obviously, but here we are. So what's happening now? Well, we're accumulating along the top of this parallel channel. What does that mean? That generally means that we're probably ticking into another upside. But you can see right here, when this happened the time before, the natural occurrence right here was a dip down and then a relief bounce. Now that relief bounce came at about this sort of level. You'll probably we'll look at it and we'll say, we just want to kind of touch these and see, where did that go? So if that's the case, then you're looking at, if it plays out the same way, then we're looking at a relief bounce from right now, which is 67.89 or 67.39, probably playing its way out to, what do we call this? We're idling sideways, and now we're on that pump. So on that pump, we go up to about 9,500. So if it plays out the way that it tends to play out, and we get our little relief bounce there, you can see the relief bounce happen here, the relief bounce happen here, the relief bounce should happen here, and that would take us from 66 or 67 all the way up to about 95. That's another 50%. So if you're playing this chart, then you're accumulating very well. However, the next step in this quote unquote evolution, because you can see right here, there's another thing that's happening right here, and it's this right here. And you can see that we are just continuing to accumulate into an open sort of channel, right? And if that's the case, then what we're going to witness here, and this is a guess, by the way, but we're going to experience this. Then we're going to see this kind of bounce off of this a little bit. And then we'll see a relief from here. Then we come back down here and we do this one final test over here. Now at that time, we're going to be looking at around 4,000. It's based on number of holders continuing to increase, right? Well, then we have to look at, well, where do we go from here? And then the answer to that is going to be this line right here, which seems to be pretty consistent so far. And then that becomes, where do we go from there? How do we accumulate from this spot, which is now 4? And the answer to that would appear to be up here into this all-time high. So that's the way that it would look if it's playing out the way that it's been playing out so far. And then, of course, after that, and that's by the way, when something like that happens very quickly. It's kind of a flash sort of thing. And then we look over here at this one, and then what is our relief rally over here, and then we start guessing what the relief rally is there, which would be about 1,300 after a drop on a fib retracement to about 61. So it's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. We're not always right, by the way. We're close. I joke about it, but this is what we're doing. This is the way that it looks. This is, if everything is working perfectly, then everybody's doing it, and there's no need for technical analysis. But it doesn't always happen that way. It just kind of looks that way. So just remember that while we're working our way through it. And remember, Ethereum is still struggling around 1250. So keep that in mind. Moving on over here, you can see over here that B Roots shades are lit, and B Roots recognizing the lit platform. And hopefully at some point we get some more recognition from Jake, B Roots, and Ian over lit and the lit swap. Also, the question here on the sofa, seriously, who is selling their lit right now? Next leg up is unavoidable. Well, yeah, again, this is an accumulation process. Like, listen, if I'm right here and I accumulate 1 million and I do a 3x over here and I cash out after taxes or something like that, if I come back down here, then I can accumulate 2 million the next time. So, don't forget, there's a lot of people that are trying to accumulate more and more, because that next run could be life changing. You just never know where it's going to go and what's going to happen. So when people do sell, remember, there are people who are taking profit, and there are people who are trying to improve their position. That's just how you do it. And finally, the lit swap roadmap is out here if you want to check it out. We're not going to go into it today, but we do know the beta release and the market testing is going to be in Q4. So we're going to be seeing it pretty soon. Super exciting. And then lit swap is going to get the final product release in the second quarter of 2022 or 2023. So let's look out for that beta release by the end of this year. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. It's not financial advice. My name's Bleaves. I'm always right. And we'll talk to you guys again very, very soon.
I'm looking for the good life, sitting on top of the world. I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to go there with me, girl. I'm looking for the good life, baby, we can have